know what I love is the creative ways that you guys kill zombies. It seems like they're always coming up with new and more creative ways for you to take out. In the beginning, it was just shot to the head or and then it's getting more and more. They're using all kinds of crazy appliances.
And they challenge each other. You know, they're challenging themselves all the time. I mean, but for me, you know, I mean, you never forget your first, you know, so... For me, it was the first guy on the first kill I ever had, and he was a helicopter pilot, and he's lost his legs, and the poor guy was lying in this field. I mean, it's quite hot down in Georgia, covered in ants, and, you know, and at one point I leaned down to him and said, "You okay, man?" He said, "I love it." And I was like, "Oh, that's the show I'm in." You know, they really love it. And those guys who come in and play the zombies, and they're in makeup from 4 a.m. till, you know, very late at night, their commitment is total. It's fantastic. And it makes our job easier. So, you know, if you've got 15 guys as zombies coming at you and they're totally committed, you know, there's not a lot of acting going on. You just got to get out of there. You know?
Yeah, I would think that it would be easy to act afraid if the zombies are that scary.
Great. And some of them come back again and again, and, you know, they really challenge themselves. And they're great guys.
You talked about Georgia. We traveled this show to Atlanta last spring. And actually, the weather hadn't gotten really hot yet, but I've been there in the summer, and it is unbelievably hot. What's it like working in those conditions?
Well.
It's the humidity.
The humidity gets you. I mean, it's
and
tough.
You're covered in fake blood. I mean, there's fake blood everywhere.
But again, you know, we're the actors on the show. I mean, the crew are there 24/7. I mean, we at least go back to our trailers and get a bit of air conditioning sometimes. And the guys who play the zombies, they're there all the time, and they've got real horrible blood on them, and they've got all the flies on them and the ants. But I think it adds to the show. You know, the show is about people, you know, really up against it and in this terrible world. So we're not going back and forward. I mean, you know, the show for me has ruined Mad Men for me. I used to love watching Mad Men, but now I watch it, I think, there you are in your air-conditioned studios in your nice suit, drinking and smiling. I think, how can you pick your check up at the end of the week?
That's really good.
Come down on our show.
Hey, Don Draper, yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's always like sip, puff,
your
beautiful woman.
shirt's always iron. You know, what's that about?
Well, you know, I've talked to so many of your cast. You guys lose weight over the course of a season, and you can. It actually adds a lot to the realism of the show because you look like people that are starving and fighting for survival because you really are.
Yeah, we're going for it. Yeah, I mean, I think the heat really does add to it. So, you know, when you see that sweat, and nobody's there going, "Is my hair all right?" Everybody's going for it. And, you know, and as I say, for us as the actors, it's one thing, but for the crew, I mean, they really go through it. And they're a fantastic crew, second to none. I love them down there.
Would you, do you want to be a zombie? Would you like to be a zombie on the show?
No, you know, if you're a zombie, if you ever see the makeup team sort of doing the plaster of Paris, ready for your zombie makeup, then you're really running out of there. I don't want to ever be a zombie. I love being on the show, and I love being the governor. Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the other thing, too, is you're living with every week you get the script.
Yeah, we don't know.
Can you immediately flip to the end to make sure that you're still in there?
We give it an actor's read, you know, which is just read your own bits. And we look and see if we're still alive at the end of it, and then we can relax if we are. And we all go into our trailer and we read the script, and then, you know, sadly sometimes we come out and there's one door still closed, and it's someone who's hasn't made it. You know, it's always tough.
It's the actor finding out just by reading the script
on that day. Finding out on that day.
Right.
And I like the fact that it's a show that kills off its actors, though. You know, kills off its leading man. It's not like a Star Trek show where, you know, you've got 4 guys beaming down and there's one guy you've never seen before and you think he's not making it back to the Enterprise. You know,
you always know that guy.
You always know. He's always got a red
He's
top
always
on.
brand new, and he's like, "I'm gonna go check out behind that rock."
Yeah. So we don't have that. You know, no one's safe on our show, and I think that's the way we like it.